Greetings. Welcome back to Ham Radio Test and Review. My name is Dave. My call sign is November 8 Delta Alpha Victor. My name is in my call sign. And I have a motto for my channel, which is one test is worth 1,000 expert opinions. This video is a very, very special video for me. I am, for the first time, building a high power, long distance repeater. Now, this repeater is not anything new. For me, it's new because this is the first one I'm building. But I'm doing my take on this, and I believe that it is probably a better take than what I've seen other YouTube guys doing. And so, I figured I'd do one myself. And so this is something that will appeal to the ham radio operator and the GMRS guys in particular. I believe that parrot repeaters and single HT repeaters are very popular with the GMRS crowd, and I believe this will probably appeal to them a little bit more. But listen, if you're doing ham radio stuff, this might appeal to you as well. Before I continue, I'm going to ask that if you like my content, please like and subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon if you want to be notified when I release some content. Affiliate links for all the parts used in this build are in the description below. Now, I have some considerations for the design of this box. The first thing is that I wanted an all-in-one box. I want everything in the box, and I want to be able to carry it all in one piece, all in one place. So you don't have to carry multiple pieces and then get set up. The idea for my box is not to have the whole radio, repeater, everything in a box and then hike it up into a tree with an HT antenna, which is only like maybe let's say a 19-inch signal stick, and then hope that we get out pretty well because of the height. My idea is for me to leave the box on the ground and just hike the antenna up into the tree. Now, what this does is it affords a little bit more powerful box, which meaning that I'm going to be using an amplifier in this repeater box. So I'm hoping that it's going to put out about 35 to 40 watts. So, and this will be rechargeable, and the batteries can be replaced if necessary. But I'm hoping to get about a 2-day, about 48-hour runtime with the possibility of being 36 to maybe even 72-hour runtime. All right, so when I come back, I'll give you the design considerations and then all the contents of the box. I'm back. These are the specifications for the box. All components need to be able to be powered, recharged by the 30 amp LiPo battery for extended use. I'm expecting this to have a 48-hour, 2-day runtime with up to 3 days possible. The output of the box should be 35 to 40 watts power if possible. Most HT antennas, though, that you buy in the market are only rated for about 10 watts. So you must use an antenna that can handle that kind of power. I prefer signal sticks. I use them in almost all my HTs, and they are rated up to 50 watts. The box must have a BNC female external antenna port, and it must have an external power pole connector port for charging. And optional use for this box could be that it can also be used to power something via the power port using the 30 amp hour battery inside the box, so you can maybe power a radio or recharge other items. Everything inside the box must be fused for fire and for safety protection. Also must have a master power switch and use 14 and 12 gauge wire all throughout the build. Just for safety's sake, I always overbuild all my boxes, and so I always use a wire bigger than what I need. Each individual circuit will be fused, so the fuses will be appropriate to the circuit that they're attached to. Um, if you're going to hang the box from a tree, then due to the power requirements, like I said, you need to use something like a signal stick. I'm going to be using a separate antenna. We're going to pull the antenna up into a tree, or in this case, I'm still not fully over my surgery, so I'll probably just hang it from the roof and call it a day on that one. And since the box stays on the ground, we can charge or replace the battery, making it much simpler to do so. And I'll be also using 25 feet of RG316 coax. I also have 25 feet RG58 that I can use if I want, and uh, but you can use any type of coax that you want to do. I'm also going to try and keep this video to a minimum length, so I have pre-drilled some of the holes, mounted some of the hardware and some parts, cut some of the foam inserts already, and pre-made some of the wiring. So now on to the building of the box. Before I get on to the building of the box, I want to let you know the contents of the box. First of all, I intend to use as many of spare parts that I have lying around the house to help save on costs. I used a Harbor Freight Apache 2800 box that I bought on sale for $19.99. That was $10 off. They constantly have sales on these boxes, so if you don't need one right away, just watch the weekly ads. I think they come out twice a week, and so just look out for a good coupon deal. I'll be using a UV5R 8-watt radio, and you can also use the M5R UV5R clone 8-watt radio, which I reviewed and put out a video earlier this year. But you can use any compatible radio that is compatible with the repeater itself. With the amplifier that I'll be using, it takes about 6 watts input or output of the radio and input into the amplifier in order to get the 35 to 40 watt output that I'm expecting. I'm also using a UV5R extended battery with a USB-C charging port on it. Be careful when you're deciding on which radio to use, because some of the earlier Baofangs, USB charging port will be turned off by the charging circuit once you turn the radio on. So you need to make sure that you use a battery that will charge the battery at the same time that you're using the radio. I'm using a Reds SRPT03 parrot repeater. I'm using a BTEC U25 UHF amplifier, but you can also use their VHF version or their 220 megahertz version, whatever you feel like using. I'm using a 30 amp LiPo battery, a Faraday cloth antenna, because it rolls up very small and will fit right into the box easy with no problems. It's also very easy and quick to deploy. Now the company VF Comms that makes the Faraday cloth antennas, they also make them in VHF and in GMRS. Included in the box, I'm going to have 50 feet of arborist line and weight and an arborist weight, carabiners, the 25 feet of RG316 coax I mentioned before with BNC connectors. But again, you can use whatever coax you want. And this was in my parts bin, so I decided to use it. Please don't bother telling me I used the wrong coax in the comments sections, because listen, it doesn't matter. I don't care. Now I also am using two 12-volt DC to USB-A converters to power the repeater and to charge the UV5R battery. I'm also using a shunt to be used as a master power switch. It's rated for 20 amps, but I doubt we'll ever get up that high in amperage. So I'm not using it as a shunt to shut down, or as a circuit breaker to shut down power in case we use that much, because every circuit in this box is going to be fused separately. So I doubt we'll ever get to that point. I'm also expecting or also using a fused power distribution block with individual circuit fuses, and I'm using Velcro to hold everything in place inside the box, as well as the foam that comes with it. All right, so That's everything. And when you see me next, you'll be seeing me with the box pre-prepared to show how I'm going to be building the box. So I'll be right back. All right, here we are, starting off with all the major components of the box. First of all, we have the 30 amp hour LiPo battery. This is what we call the mini size. All right, so it's pretty small for a 30 amp hour battery. This is the shunt on-off switch. On, off, pretty easy to do. Here is the power distribution with individually fused circuits. Here is my BTEC UHF amplifier, puts out about 35 to 40 watts. And of course, my UV5R 8-watt radio with the extended battery and the USB-C charging port. All right, here I have my 25 feet of coax with BNC connectors on each end. I have a couple of wires that I've made up with the loop connectors on the ends already crimped on. This is 12 gauge wire that I've used. This is for the main power source. And here are the two converters that will convert 12 volt DC to USB-A connectors. So those will power the repeater, and it will also charge the battery on the UV5R. These are the major components that I have here. I do have a few other things, and I will get to that in just a second. Here's the Apache 2800 Pelican style case. These are very, very, very hard plastic. And inside, got the foam inserts. Let me zoom out on this a little bit. I'm back, zooming out. This is the bottom piece of foam that comes with the box. It's about an inch thick, and it's not perforated. It doesn't have any of the little squares already perforated in here. And here's the two pieces of foam that I've already cut for what we're doing. This is the top piece or center piece. And as you can see, it comes with these little squares already kind of pre-cut that you can just rip apart. Here's the bottom piece already. Here I have two strips of Velcro. They correspond with the two strips of Velcro on the 30 amp hour battery. Over here on this side, I have already drilled out my power pole connectors and my BNC external connector for the antenna. All right, I'm going to start by hooking up the negative side of this battery, and I'm going to leave the positive side off for obvious reasons. So here's my black terminal, and it's going to go all the way over to here. All right, so I'll be right back. All right, I've got the negative side attached here, and this wire goes to the negative side of the power distribution block. So as you can see, I've got the power distribution block Velcroed to the battery. All right, and that gets connected like this. And I suggest you don't hook up the positive side until the very last thing that you do. So you tighten this up. All right. So now we got the negative side done. All right, now we're going to run the wire from the positive side of the switch. There we go. To the positive side of the power distribution block. All right, now we just got to tighten up the jumper. All right, I want you guys to see how this is going to work. Water out of the way here. This battery fits right in here, like so. And I made the foam a little tight, but now it's locked in with the Velcro. All right. Then put in the amplifier. So. And the wiring is going to go on this layer. Then I'm going to put the other layer on top of it after I get everything wired. Next time you see me, I'll have some of this stuff wired up for you. And then going from the positive terminal of the circuit breaker, this goes positive 12 gauge wire, goes all the way over to here where the positive power pole connector is, the external power pole connector. If you remember, I put in external power pole connectors, so I just have to plug it in to recharge it. And also it can do double duty. If you need a battery box of some sort, you can use the battery without having to take it out, without having to rewire it, reconfigure it. It's already configured up to power poles. The wires that go to the positive side and over here to the negative side, this is the negative 12 gauge wire right here. Both of them are fused with 15 amp fuses. So the positive and the negative are fused. So I don't need to worry about fusing anything else as far as the power poles are concerned. Now here is the negative wired to the battery. It goes all the way over to here. And this gets connected to our power distribution block. I know this is a little bit bigger than we need, but I'm trying to use all the parts that I already had in my parts bin and try to reuse everything that I could. So anyway, so this is the negative side of the power distribution block, and that goes all the way to the negative power pole over on the external side of the case over here. Now, this is the negative side of the power distribution block. So all of these are connected. Now, each one of these is a little different. This particular one goes to a 12 volt to USB-A converter. This does the same thing. The first USB-A converter is this one right here, and it powers up the Reds Engineering repeater that I have right here. The second one powers the charger on the bottom side of the UV5R battery right here. Okay. And this third one is the power for the 35 to 40 watt amplifier. Now, so we got this is the negative, this is the positive for the amplifier, and these two go to the conversion modules. Now, oops, sorry about that, guys. So the UV5R antenna connection connected to the input of the amplifier, and that's kind of down and underneath. The antenna connection for the amplifier comes down and around and comes out here to the BNC external connector right here on the box. And then, of course, we also have the connection to the Reds Engineering parent repeater right here. So the parent repeater is powered by the battery. The 40 watt amplifier is powered by the battery, and the UV5R is powered by its own battery, but as it's powered, it's also being charged. So it charges at the same time. Turn on the main power switch. All right, so it looks like we got power. Now these three red lights correspond to the three bins that we have for the fuses. So I'm going to put the first fuse in. This one goes to the 40-watt amplifier. And guess what? It's on and it's working. So the next one goes to the Red's Engineering repeater. I don't know if you can see that, but the little red light is on. It is actually turned on and it is running. And now the third one and you saw the red light come on right here, showing that the battery is being charged. So it looks like everything's powered up. Looks like everything is working. Let's turn it off. And we'll try turning it back on again. Okay, repeater comes back on, the power amplifier comes back on, and the charging comes back on. Perfect. Looks like everything is up and working. All right, and now I am going to put the cover back on. I'll be right back. Okay, here comes the cover to the power distribution block. There we go. And that's it, folks. This thing is done. This thing is powered up. Don't know if it works yet or not. I'll be right back after I get it all set up with an antenna or in this case, probably a dummy load. Be right back. Well, I hooked everything up. And guess what? First of all, notice that the battery is green now. It's charged. I tried to do a functional test, and guess what? It doesn't work. You know why? I didn't turn on the UV5R. Now, as soon as you turn on the UV5R, you will see that the charging light turns to red because it has a draw and it is being charged at the same time. All right. Here we go. Let's try it on a trial run. WSBX 662, testing 1, 2, 3, 4.
WSBX 662, testing 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, I detect a little bit of overmodulation, so let me get that adjusted and I'll be right back. Okay, here we go. This is the power test. Testing, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, here we go. This is the power test. Testing, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Now, I know you GMRS guys dig this kind of stuff, so I'm going to do a power test on the repeater box based on GMRS channel 16. So we'll see how many watts this little amplifier puts out on channel 16. And let's see, testing 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Puts out about 37.5 watts on channel 16. Not bad, guys. Not bad. I would be very happy with that. All right. Moving on. Okay. Here we have the Faraday. As you can see, it's a J-pole antenna. And it goes down to the box right there. All right. All right. I'm here in my truck. We're going to go do some distance testing. All right. I've noticed a little bit of feedback in the setup here, so I just got a feeling I have to isolate a cable or two. So I'll work on it, see what I can do to get rid of this kind of a high-pitched squeal on the background. So anyway, next time you see me, I'll be quite a ways away. We'll see what we can get. All right, I'm still trying to get over to the highway so I can get some miles in between me and the space station. We're about 4.5 miles away. Let me just try it. N8DAV testing 1, 2, 3, 4.
NADAV testing 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, we're working. Let me get up on the freeway. Let's get going. Just so you guys know, I'm using my mobile rig today. I'm alternating it between low power and high power. Low power is 5 watts, high power is 50. Let's see how this is working right now on low power. N8DAV testing 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, maybe I should be on high power. This is N8DAV testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, that's better. N8DAV testing 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, well, we're starting to get a low signal here, so I might be reaching the end of the range for this thing. I'm about 5 miles line of sight to the base. I've got lots of hills, trees, buildings, concrete freeways in between me and the base. So I'm going to try one more time and maybe turn around. This is N8DAV testing 1, 2, 3, 4. This is N8DAV testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, can't complain about that one. Still sounds pretty good. All right, we've reached the 6 mile mark. N8DAV testing 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, maybe this time I've gotten near the edge. I'm going to keep trying. All right, I'm at 7 miles. Let's see how it works. N8DAV testing 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, I'm 8 miles due south. N8DAV testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, couldn't hold the repeater open. Kerchunked it, but couldn't hold it open. N8DAV testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, that was bad, but at least I held the repeater open and I could understand myself, but just barely. Try it one more time. NADAV testing 1, 2, 3, 4. NADAV testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Better, and a stronger signal at that. So 8 miles, I can go 8 miles with it. All right, let's try it again. N8DAV testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't have the height of the freeway. It came down a little bit in the elevation. Let me try this. I'm going up a little bit. N8DAV testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, listen, I'm 3 miles outside of Flagstaff, and I really never expected to get this far. I'm grateful that it got the 8 to 9 miles. I'm going to call it 9, but it might be a little less than 9, somewhere between 8.5 and 9. But either way, that's pretty darn good considering all the trees and everything I have and hills that I have between me and there. All right, I'm about 2.5, 3 miles from the house, line of sight. That's how it sounds. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, NADAV. All right, I'm about 2.5, 3 miles from the house, line of sight. That's how it sounds. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, NADAV. All right, that sounded pretty darn good. For those who want to see how small the Faraday antenna rolls up, it's a great antenna, especially considering it's a piece of cloth. Now this is the 70 centimeter. The 2 meter is a little bit bigger, it's a little bit longer. And the GMRS is even a little bit smaller than the 70 centimeter. I almost forgot, guys. This is what the box looks like with everything in it that I want to take with me out into the field. Got my arborist weight, my arborist line, and my 25 feet of RG316. Oh, and I almost forgot the Faraday antenna. And look, closes up, and it's heavy, but it works. All right. Thanks, guys. Okay. First of all, this repeater box that I built is a complete and total labor of love. I did it for myself, but I also realize that there are a lot of you out there that have been wanting to do something like this and either just didn't have the resources or the knowledge, or maybe just you needed a little bit of encouragement. I encourage you guys to go out, use parts out of your bin, buy the cheapest stuff off of eBay, and just put one together. This thing worked really, really well. I was very happy with it. Um, the the important thing to remember, though, is to just have fun. I spent a lot of hours putting this thing together. I probably spent, I'm guessing around 6 hours total putting the whole thing together. You have to put it together, take it apart, put it, you have to make sure all the little pieces fit. I also bought one cable that was a little too short. Had to try and make it work, and I couldn't, so I had to buy another one. Anyway, you get the idea. Um, when you do something like this, you have to think about who else is going to be interested in this. And while I believe the ham radio community would be interested to a certain extent, I believe that the GMRS guys are really, really into this sort of thing. I do believe, and also not just GMRS guys. I'm also talking about preppers and people who like to be out in the middle of nowhere. And you know what? It's starting to rain here. I think I might have to stop and start back up somewhere else. All right, I'll be right back. Here we are, back in my shack. It's raining outside. It's thundering. It's not lightning, but it's thundering. Um, so this particular repeater, I think, is going to really appeal to the guys who are out practicing their ecom and their survival skills, preppers, GMRS guys, all the people who are very, very active in the prepper community and in the outdoor community. I mean, I'm kind of an outdoor kind of person when I'm feeling pretty good. So I do believe that this is what it's going to boil down to. I built this box. I love it. However, I have a surprise for you. I'm going to be building another one, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to reconfigure this. If you enjoyed my content, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. I do this really for myself and to help keep me busy, but it does help when people do subscribe to my channel. If I get enough watched hours and I get enough subscribers, I might actually make a few bucks from the ad revenue if I ever reach that point. So I do appreciate it. I don't. I lose money on this, but it's more of a love thing for me. So anyway, and if you want to be notified of any content that I release, please click on the bell icon. And just want to say thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. I've placed affiliate links in the description of this video. So if there's anything that you want to buy yourself, please do me a favor and use my affiliate link to buy some of that stuff. I don't make very much money, but even if I make $10, $20 a month, that would really, really, really be appreciated, considering I spend a heck of a lot. Please let me know in the comments what you thought about this build. The total cost of the build for me was about $80 to $100. Don't forget, most of everything that's in this box I had already. I know I paid 20 bucks for the box. I think I had the power distribution block already. I had all the wires, all the connectors already. I needed to buy a few little cables. I already had the UV5R, the extended battery, the 40 watt amplifier, but I also had to buy the two converters that convert 12 volts DC to USB-A. And so I think I also had the switch, if I remember correctly. So I pretty much had a good portion of it, but like I said, Some of that stuff, just some of the little pieces, cost me, like I said, somewhere about 80 to 100 bucks. So if you want to do that, I highly recommend that you make a box, even if it doesn't have the big battery in there that I have, and if it doesn't have the amplifier, if it's just a little tiny repeater box, I think you might be able to build something in the smallest Harbor Freight box, which is only $12.99 at Harbor Freight, and you can get coupons usually every week for like 10 to 15% off, sometimes even a little bit more. So I highly recommend you decide what you want to build and design it yourself. It's very fulfilling when you do this sort of thing. I want to thank everybody for inspiring me to make this build. I hope that this video helps you. And if you have any questions, please put them in the comments below, and I'll be happy to answer every one of you when you have a question. And so this is Dave. I live in Flagstaff, Arizona. My call sign is N8DAV. My channel is Ham Radio Test and Review and GMRS. All right. And I'm saying 73 and so long.